beginning, God created. Using invisible letters and syllables not yet inscribed in books, he took spoken sounds and created light. He shook the atmosphere with morphemes and brought forth night. God created life with words, but we have used the power of the tongue to speak death. Even though God warns not to curse and bless, still we chemically experiment, mixing salt water and fresh, and yet wonder why we can't seem to pass God's tests. We've deceived ourselves into thinking that words can cruise or neutral, but if we are truthful, we'd see that words are always driven by either death or life, and rather than yielding to the spirit, we accelerate through conversations, not paying attention to the warning signs of an impending dead end. And when they collide, collisions at intersections of discussions, arguments, bitter debates, slanderous accusations, we exhaust ourselves with foul emissions, breathing deadly gas from our pipes. And I have become conscious that I am guilty of such an offense. Avid substance abuser of words, and the expense of it all was quite costly. Played victim, angrily accusing others, served as an analgesic for my pain. Whispered gossip like exhaling the smoke of Mary Jane, getting high off the mockery of others. Entertained by my lover's sweet nothings as antidepressants to temporarily fix my spiritual imbalance, thinking that ecstasy could be found in the rounds of the vowels and consonants, inhaling lies, lungs expanding until I was puffed up into believing that I could manipulate people and situations. I came to understand that words were my drug of choice, with aspirations to shape the world around me to my liking, not realizing that they were cluttered with death. And so without defense, I approached him, and God Almighty spoke mercy in the form of bent black marks and straight lines with highlighted red sections and leathery binds. His word showed me that mine were not pleasing, and so he began to teach me that word problems are heart problems, and I was terribly ill. Past hurts took the form of myocardial infarctions, causing necrosis to the tender, fleshy places that God had turned from stone, and those rotting treasures began to translate into rotting words, cause out of the abundance of the heart we speak forth what was once concealed and unheard. God heard my heartbeat, felt its sketchy pulse as it became bradycardic. The more and more areas grew cold. And then I read, a soft answer turns away wrath. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to get mad. It said, the tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, so tightly. Hold on to the lever, don't recline, don't lie. Relax lips like those God despises, like Isaac. Lay them down, sacrifice them, then stop feeding on foolishness like a dog who feasts on its vomit. Cause really, what does it profit you to spew grit? Rather, enjoy the sweetness of pure, unadulterated speech. You see, God took my heart and cleaned it. Now it teaches my mouth and adds learning to my lips. He strips daily my selfish ambitions, warns before I speak falsehoods with constant convictions. I am Christ's witness, and so my words must reflect his likeness. He's righteous, so moment by moment I must choose not to speak lifeless phrases that shame my master. And so daily I present him with my box of alabaster-filled words. And so I want to caution you, because by your expressions of language you will either be justified or condemned. Choose wisely the next time you open your mouth again to speak.